Hello, and welcome to the Southern Belle NOLA channel. I'm your hostess, Southern Belle, and this is the Saturday edition of the Bargains by Belle auction. We are starting off our week of 4 auctions tonight. So everything you buy tonight will be combined with the Sunday afternoon snack auction, the Monday night auction, and the Tuesday night late night auction. So those 4 auctions are going to get combined, and then I will pack and bill on Wednesday, Thursday. So that is the system. I am so excited that I have expanded to 4 auctions per week. Such a dream come true. And getting so close to 1,800 subscribers, that will be super exciting as well. So, in case there's anybody new who has never watched before and wonders what's going on, how does a YouTube auction work? Well, let me explain and then we'll say hello to everybody. So, if you have never watched, never bid before, and you're thinking, I might possibly want to bid, because I'm already looking at what you have on the screen, and those things are easily worth $1. So, if you've never watched or bid before, go ahead and send a registration email to me and let me know your YouTube name, your real name, and your shipping address. That way I know where to send your invoice and where to send the items you win. Once you've sent me that registration, then you can bid. How do you bid? You bid in numbers in my chat. That way I have a legal representation that you knew how much you were going to be billed on your invoices, because I do bill with an itemized invoice and I bill through PayPal. But you have a choice of paying through Zelle or PayPal. Zelle is my preferred method of payment just because there are absolutely no fees and it's guaranteed by the banking system. But I accept PayPal because PayPal is how you can pay with your bank card, your debit card, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, Venmo, Apple Pay, and a whole bunch of other ways. So I want to remind everybody that you are obligated to pay for absolutely everything you bid on. All sales are final. All items are as is and where is. And the only time you can retract is during the auction. The method of shipping is called Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is a discounted shipping service that works with both UPS and USPS in order to get the deepest discounted rates. Those deeply discounted rates are based on 3 criteria. The distance from your zip code to mine. I'm shipping from a suburb of New Orleans, Louisiana. Also, based on the weight of the package and the dimensions of the package. Well, let me scroll up to the top and start saying some hellos. And while I'm doing this, it's a great time to go ahead and click the thumbs up. Click subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Click the notification bell for my next few auctions. And if you're considering membership, I do have 3 levels of membership available, and they all come with shout outs, playing the hooray song, and with freebies. All right, first in, I see the blingiest of blingies. Hi, Blingy. Next, I see Crochet Queen Kathy. Running my chat tonight, I see Melissa McIntosh. She'll also be making the list and checking it twice. So if you need to up the quantity of something, change the scent, if you want to gift something to somebody else in the chat or to her, let her know. Chew! So glad you're here, Chew. Super chat, that's Mr. Kevin, all the way from Canada. I was in his growth show today, And I think when his show is over on Tuesday, he's going to raid. Fingers crossed. So I'd love to have a whole bunch of new people come see what a YouTube auction is like. Believe it or not, there are some people that don't even know YouTube auctions exist. They've never seen one. And can you imagine how much we could save somebody who is buying on QVC or HSN or paying full price in stores? We could really help somebody. Janice, hello, hello, Janice. Lady Braven, great to see you, and thank you for the emails today. I always love catching up with you. And hello to anybody else who might be lurking in the chat. I want to remind everybody about my new Sunday afternoon auction. It's my Sunday snack sale. So if Sunday is the day you do your grocery shopping, maybe instead you put your feet up, sit in front of the fair or the air conditioner, and just not spend all of that gas going from store to store to store and standing in the long lines. Let me help you. Or maybe you'd like to see what we eat down south, or I'll even have a few New Orleans favorites this week. Shelby, hello, hello. Well, the way we get all of my auctions started is I have a fun $1 round that I call Belle's Bargain Bonanza. Belle's Bargain Bonanza. So this happens at the beginning of the show and at the top of every hour. So everything here is going to start at just $1. And you can see I went health and beauty tonight. So let me show you what you get. In the back row, we've got shower fizzers. The lavender packaging is lavender. You get 3 to a box. The tan packaging is coconut. Next, I have Freeman's Anti-Stress Sea Salt Mud Face Mask. Next, I have a version that says, if you like Giorgio, you'll like this. It's a spray mist. Then I have a Gillette foam, a Tresemme Extreme Hold hairspray. And keep in mind, these are all the purse size bottles. I've got an angled makeup brush. Then I have one of those stretchy headbands that hold your hair back when you're washing your face. Some nail polish, a foot file, a brand new toothbrush, a poof, a 4-sided nail block, a brand new sealed comb, brand new sealed brush with the long parting quadrant, and lip gloss. Not only are they new, but they are sealed. If you'd like to see anything up close, I'm glad to show it to you up close. Hello, Christine, by the way. And to remind y'all, I am still looking to add to my squad of mods. I'm looking for co-hosts. I'm looking for people to help write the list. And Melissa does such a wonderful job of running the chat. But it's hard for her to do everything all at once. But she is such a great sport. So looking at for $1 starting bid for choice. Yes, ma'am, Christine. I'm sorry. I thought that's what I said, but if I misspoke, I apologize. All right, $1 starting bid. So who's going to be the brave person to bid $1 first? And then we'll just see where the bidding goes. It's not too early to start thinking about stocking stuffers or just refreshing the items in your purse. for making a little overnight kit or a little weekend away kit. After all, brushes, combs, toothbrush, makeup brushes, they eventually just need to be replaced for hygiene. All right. For Christine and anybody else, let me give another quick refresher. So we have a 3 pack of shower fizzers in lavender or in coconut. Then we have a Freeman's anti-stress sea salt mud face mask. Then we have a spritz that says, if you like Giorgio, you'll like this. Then we have Gillette foam. Next, Tresemme Extreme Hold. Now, keep in mind, these are all the purse size. Then I have an angled new sealed makeup brush. I have a um, hair holder, kind of like a headband, but it's stretchy, just to hold your hair back when you're washing your face. It does have what could be an M or could be a W on it. Then I have a nail polish. I've got a foot rasp, a toothbrush, all of which are sealed, a um, shower poof, a four-sided nail block, once again, a sealed comb, a sealed brush that has the pointed end for parting your hair in case you want to do braids or maybe you color your hair and do it in sections, and a sealed lip gloss. Hello, Alice. What is next to the nail file? This is a sealed comb. This is a great size for purse or travel, unless you meant this. This is a foam shower poof. And Alice is in for one. Thank you, Alice. I'm so glad you're becoming a regular here, Alice. Any other questions? Is that clear lip gloss? Yes, it goes on clear. It looks ever so slightly lavender, but that's just so you can see it's in there. Now, I see some little microscopic um, glitter in it. I have one of these, and when you put it on, it just looks like a clear gloss. So I've both put mine on with just the lip, and then I've also put it on over lipstick. I think the little bit of um, glitter in it is just to show that it's in there because it's hard to tell if anything's in it when it's completely clear, if that makes sense. All right, so we have $1. We're looking for $1.10. A couple of these I have duplicates of, but very few. So if you see something you like, I highly suggest you bid on it so you don't miss out. Looking for just $1.10. If anybody else has questions, let me know. I know I really loaded up this board, but I was trying to give y'all so many suggestions. But we will also have more dollar items at the top of every hour. And even if you can't always watch or you fall asleep, you can always go back and watch replays. And yes, you can order even dollar items. We're going once, going twice, still looking for $1.10. Fair warning. And you'll let me know what you'd like to see after this dollar round. Got lots of great things coming up tonight from fall to decor. I've got wristlets. I've got some clothing. I've got some cute cups, storage, air fresheners, towels, jewelry, costume jewelry, of course. Okay, we are sold to Alice. Alice, let me know which ones and what quantities. Everybody in the chat, congratulate Alice. This is a great example of the person being bold enough to bid first, especially at the beginning of the auction, often wins. Sometimes it's kind of hard to break the ice, so I always appreciate when somebody's bold enough to go ahead and bid first. Okay, let's see what all we have. Okay, she says shower fizzers, one of each. Okay, here's one of each. The mask, one. Okay, here's the mask. The Primo perfume. Okay, here it is. And the lip gloss. Let me see if that's not only lip gloss. It might be. I think it is. Okay, there we go. Anything else you want to add? Well, Kathy, you were watching last week when Nancy said, do you have any towels with butterflies on them? I'm going to try to wait till Nancy's in the chat to show them, but I've got them on standby. We all know how Nancy loves her butterflies. We can tell that just by her pretty icon. Okay, anything else, Alice? Are you done? If so, we'll open it up to the chat to see if anybody else wants to get in on this. I just want to make sure you picked everything you want to. Sometimes people write a bunch of things and then they get to look at it and they're like, oh, I need to add on this, this, and this. So I always make sure everybody's picked everything they want before I go on to offer it up to the chat. Okay, if Alice is through picking, anybody else? Yes, done. All right. Go ahead and put this little sack of your treasures in the sold hamper. All right, anybody else? Melissa, you will be taking this headband, but you're going to put a 0 because I'm going to gift this to you for free for running my chat. Okay, anybody else? The hard question will be, do you keep it for yourself or do you give it to your sister Melinda? Dum, dum, dum. But you don't have to tell us that. That's what happens when you got multiple people with them names. All right, anybody else? Last call, we'll go on to something else. Okay, I'm about to scrape it to the side. While I'm doing that, y'all go ahead and click the thumbs up and y'all let me know what you want to see next. I can tell you that these little purse size hairsprays and shaving foams, these usually sell for about $3 in most stores. Okay, let's see. What do we do next? Okay, I've got some air fresheners. Now, I know with air freshener, y'all are going to say, oh, some of us use Glade, some of us use Airwick, some of us might even use a store brand. So I'm going to show you some different types. The last few times, people have only bought Glade in the store brand. So if you want to see Airwick, let me know. But otherwise, I'm just going to show the Glade and the Airwick. So, $4 starting bid for choice. The first choice, since we're doing autumn in August, is the ultimate autumn scent, is pumpkin. Pumpkin spice things up. $4 for choice. Oops, come on. Y'all sit here nice. There we go. Okay, the next scent, also great for fall, is Fall Night Long. Fall Night Long. Next, I've got Spiced Apple. And technically, it's called Autumn Spiced Apple. Next, I've got Fireside Glow. And in case y'all aren't sure what Fireside Glow is, it says with the scent of crackling firewood, wood, and swirling smoke. And I don't know if I read the description of Fall Night Long. I'm just making things fall. It smells like a campfire and night air. Okay, next for those of you who like sweet smells, I've got Marshmallow Irish Cream. Here is Pine Wonderland. Starting bid $4. Let's see, did I get them all? This one's a little different. We had the spiced apple earlier. This one is apple of my pie. So this one is going to be sweeter and more dessert-like. So I'll put these two apples here next to each other. So that's what I've got in fall scents for air freshener. Looking for $4 starting bid. And then after this, if you want to chance it with the store brand, I'm going to show you a store brand as well. Spoiler alert, I think the store brand is just as good, but I only have 2 cents in the store brand after this. So $4 starting bid for choice. So for those of y'all who have pets or toddlers and you're worried about using candles, because what if that pet or toddler turns the candle over and gets it on them, gets it on the furniture? These air fresheners are such a great alternative. Okay, any interest? All right, last call. I'm about to scrape these to the side then. Hi, Jennifer. So great to see you. All right, let me pass on these then, and I'll show you the generic. The generic, Melissa, is going to be only $3 for a 2-pack. Let's show you what I have. Okay, I have an apple cinnamon, and a pumpkin spice. And if anybody is saying, well, I don't have that brand, on the back it says it works with both Glade and Airwick. So $3 for choice. Once again, they're 2 packs. And y'all click the thumbs up for me, pretty please. I'm doing my best. All right, any interest in these? These were also a request from last week, so I made sure to get these out. So back when I had a co-host, I could just run and get stuff. Now that it's just me, I kind of have to stall and get it the next week. Oh, but I appreciate y'all giving me some grace. But hopefully y'all see, I don't forget. I do my best and I get it at the next auction. All right, last call on these then. Apple cinnamon pumpkin spice. That just says autumn and August to me. All right, let me clear these away. And then lastly, this is a different type of refill, although you can basically pour these in any diffuser. These are also going to be $3. I've got frosted cranberry or apple cinnamon. And y'all have seen me sell some of the color changing diffusers. I think those are fantastic, even just as night lights. But when I do want a little scent in there, this is the kind of scent that I open and pour in. And it's amazing how long it lasts, too, and how strong these are. So we've got frosted cranberry and apple cinnamon, $3 for choice again. Then we'll go on to something else. And if there are certain things you'd like to see, then let me know. Otherwise, I'll just guess. And if y'all haven't already shared me out, share me out on your YouTube community page, on your Instagram, Facebook, Discord, and any of your other social media. Hello, hello, Lori. Last call on these frosted cranberries. Then we'll go to something completely different. Okay, let me push these aside. Okay, next, I don't know if anybody plays cards. I didn't really grow up playing cards, but I know some people do. These cards are going to be $2 for choice. The first set is Rummy. The second set is Go Fish. And the third set is Old Hen. I'm guessing Old Hen is kind of like Old Maid, but who wants to be called a maid? So $2 starting bid for choice. Any interest in the cards? Great thing for kids to do on a rainy day or a scorching day when it's just too hot to get outside to play. These might also be great in a kid's stocking because one of the issues I had when I was growing up is you open everything up or look through your stocking and it's like, well, what do we do now? So this will give kids an activity, something they can do and play with. Oh, Melissa's in for two. Okay, great. This might even be great for like kids in a hospital that have so much time to pass, or for an Operation Christmas Child box. All right, we're looking for 210. If not, we're going to count it down and get to picking. Let's go ahead and count this down, please. I'm so glad y'all are all here. Thank you, thank you. Y'all let me know what you'd like to see next. And anytime y'all are wanting to see some autumn and August, y'all can put some fall leaves or pumpkins in the chat. We'll show a few autumn and August items in every auction, but it's just a few. Just like Christmas in July, we had a few. Okay, which ones and how many? Okay, she's going to go for the Go Fish. All right, let's grab one of those. Here we go. This one's going to Melissa. Anybody else? I still have more. And for those of you who don't know or maybe haven't seen the pictures on Discord, Melissa's blessed with a granddaughter. And it's really like a mini me. I love the picture of them together. Such a mini me. All right, last call on these then. They'll be available on the replay. Next, I don't know much about technical items. This is new and sealed. It's Bluetooth. It says audio receiver with built-in microphone. And apparently, $5 starting bid. Stream music wirelessly through your car or home speakers. And it says built-in microphone, wireless connection for car or home, universal for even non-Bluetooth devices. Okay. And here's what it looks like on the back. You just plug it in, easy peasy. Wireless connection, built-in microphone. So there it is, $5. So many places you can use it. Love that it has the built-in microphone. Oh, I'm fine. It's just a little seasonal allergy. Jocelyn, I'm so glad to see you. Happy Saturday to you. And as always, if there's anything that you or anybody else who tunes in late wants from the beginning, just let Melissa know and she can add it to your invoice. Y'all can always pull back your little red line to see what dollar goodies I had at the beginning. And thank you for the emails. I appreciate that too, Jocelyn. You were such a help, sweetheart. Okay, last call on this Bluetooth device for home or audio or auto with built-in mic. All right, let's pass on that. All right, next, how about some ribbon? Now, I put all the duplicates that I had in this box. So when you're saying, Belle, I want to do a wreath that's so big, I need 2 spools. Well, the only ones that there are 2 spools of are these 2. I'm going to start these at just $2 and we'll see where the bidding goes. So some of these have elaborate designs. Some of these are solid colors. Some of these are plaid or striped. These are all ribbons with wire edges on them. Not sure if you can see the one in the back. So let me see if I can show it to you a little closer. Let's see, if you look really close, you can probably see the wire edges. For those of you who like a little glamour, this one has a little bit of sparkle on it. Not sure if that's coming through. It's also got some trucks on it, so both trucks and pumpkins. This one has some gold at the edges. And this isn't going to mean anything to anybody else, but Laurie, do you remember Gordon's? My mother loved Gordon's. Love, love, love Gordon's. I don't know if Laurie ever went Gordon's when it was still open, but she might remember it. This one is a shimmery copper color. And then we've got 2 in the plaid. So here's your plaid options. Great if you do a country theme, or great if you have guys in the house and they don't want anything too girly or frilly. This way. All right. Any interest in the fall ribbon? If not, we'll go on to something else. Oh, she does remember. You would not believe how much ribbon my mom still has from Gordon's. But they had some good quality stuff, so I knew you'd recognize that name. All right, last call on the ribbon. About to scrape it to the side. Okay, we're going to pass on this. These $2 entire rolls, boats, skeins of ribbon will be available on the replay. Okay, next let's look at some fashion. Now, it is still hot as Hades here. Um, and I have these easy breezy sleeveless tops, and I just think they are so pretty and so feminine. Let's see if I can boost the camera. These are super long, by the way. Let me give y'all a close-up of this pretty print. These are going to be $5 for choice. These have like a cool fabric to them, and they're super long. But let me show you what I like. What I like is there's a whole modesty underneath. Because y'all know me, I'm a person where I'm like, can you see it underneath? Can you see it? And you really can't. But one of the reasons I invested in these was because it had the modesty. And I just never want to sell anything where I have to say, oh, yeah, but you got to go out and find a shirt to wear underneath it. And then you got to pay more money for it. And you're going to have to go to like 10 stores in order to find the right size and the right color. So I love that this is basically two shirts in one. So let me give you a close up here. It does have a little bit of a ruffle, which I think is so pretty. 3X, although I also have this in a 2X. $5 starting bid, and I think this is just such a pretty design. Has a cool feeling to it with the material. But if some of you are saying it's not going to be that long until we can start wearing black again, those light colors with all the colors of the sea, those are too beachy for me. Don't you have something in black? I do. I do. Look how beautiful this one is. Also, let me show you the chart because some of you are going to say, I don't know if I wear a 3X or a 2X. So I have these in 2X and 3X. The 3X is a bust of 49 to 51 and a waist of 43 to 45. The 2X, which is generally a size 20, 22, is 46 to 48 and 40 to 42 waist. So look how pretty this one is. And once again, it's got the whole modesty guard underneath it. And these are so soft and they're really stretchy. Look how stretchy this is. Hi, Kathy Dubrick. So we've got it in two colors. We're going to call this one the black. We're going to call this one the blue. Melissa, were you bidding or just, oh, Melissa is bidding. Okay. So these are your two options, black or blue. We have sizes 2X and 3X. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Lisa. Almost Miss Lisa. I don't think I have the 1X. I can check after the show, but I think it's just 2X and 3X. But let me show you the sizing chart again, because I think, Lisa, with all due respect, you might want the 2X since you're very blessed after having a lovely Evie. So the 2X is a 46 to 48 with a waist of 40 to 42. And the 3X is a 49 to 51 and a waist of 43 to 45. This is also something that is meant to be loose and flowy. Once again, with the black, you can see through it more, but that's why there is the entire shirt underneath. The blue, in my opinion, isn't as see-through, but still has that beautiful shirt underneath. So the black has the flowers, And the blue has this beautiful kind of quilted look. So Melissa's in for five. We're looking for $5.10. Anybody for 5.10? If not, we can count it down. Melissa always feels so bad counting things down when she has the high bid. She like keeps waiting and waiting because she doesn't want anybody to think that she's going slow or going fast just so that she wins. But it's okay. Go ahead and count it down. Nobody's going to think that. They just know that we have lots to show and we're always taking requests. So glad everybody is here. Y'all click the thumbs up for me. In this particular shirt, which is new with tags, I only have the 2X and 3X. But Kathy, if you'd like for me to show some other designs in large or extra large, I can do that, but it won't be the same design. So just let me know if a different design would be okay. But this one, I think, might have just been made in plus sizes. So the ones on the model are 3Xs, but I know I have some 2Xs. Okay, we are sold to Melissa. Okay, let's see what she wants. She wants a blue and a black and a 3X. Okay, let me check and see if I have duplicates. If not, I'm going to give you the ones on the hanger. Let me check real quick. Okay, here's a 3X in the black. And check on the blue. Okay, and here's a, no, that's 2X, sorry. No, I'm going to have to take the blue one off of the hanger. Okay, so the blue in 3X is sold out. So I'm going to put the blue in 2X on the hanger just to show y'all what it looks like again. So this is the blue in 2X on the hanger now. All right, let me see. I think I saw somebody else come in. Let me scroll up, scroll. Kitty, I'm so glad to see you. Okay. Lisa wanted a blue. Did you want a blue in the 2X, Lisa? Let me make sure. Okay, so here's a blue in 2X for Lisa. And isn't this pretty? And for those of y'all coming in late, I love that it has the whole modesty guard underneath it. Okay, anybody else? So I bought more in the black than in the blue. So the only blue we have left is the 2X that's on the hanger. All the rest are the black. Okay, we're gonna pass. Oh wait, Jocelyn's in. She wants the 3X in black. Okay, let me grab one of those. Let's see, 3X. Okay, so I'm taking the 3X off the hanger, so everything that's left is now 2X. Only 2X remains. And I'll put a 2X on the hanger just so that y'all can look at it. And those who buy on the replay, for brand new with tags, it will be 2X only. All right. Anybody else? This is the first clothing that I've shown. I wasn't sure if people were going to be interested, but now that people have asked for 1X and extra large, and now you're asking for medium, on Monday, I will get lots of clothes ready. Now that I know there's interest, I wasn't sure if there would be interest or not. And on Monday, I will have all of those other sizes. And I may have a few plus sizes as well. So anytime y'all make a request, I don't have a co-host, so I can't just run to another room and get it. But y'all tune in on Monday, and we will have lots of clothing. That will be my promise to you. I just needed to know if there was interest or not. Well, something people are always asking me for is crafting items. And, earlier I showed some ribbon, but there may be some people that want to make a fall wreath or even to start on a Christmas wreath since they take time, but you don't have a wreath form. This belonged to my mother, and she just never got around to using it. It's called a wire wreath form, and we're going to start this at $5. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Blingy. So glad to see y'all. Oh, if you are interested at looking at food, then mark your calendars for 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. It will be an all snack auction. I will have sweet, I will have salty, I will have spices, and I will even have some Cajun favorites and some breakfast favorites. I only sell modest. So that's the great thing about being Southern and a Christian. You're never going to get that, short, high cut stuff. Nothing that, Terry's going to expect to see you wearing for a replay of your honeymoon. So it'll be fun. Because my thought is I wouldn't sell anything that I wouldn't wear myself. So, and y'all have seen me, I'm modest. All right, anybody for this big wreath form for $5? I actually have two of these, believe it or not. Two of these. Okay, last call on this. It's so funny. People always ask for crafts, and when I show crafts, they somehow never sell. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But here it is, and it'll be available on the replay of the honeymoon. You know what I mean, like anniversary, or I don't know. So help me. Lisa always thinks I'm so funny in my southern way of saying things because I never want to embarrass anybody. All right, $3 starting bid for choice. You are so northern. Back when Lisa used to co-host the show, I tell you. Oh wait, Kitty was in. Let me grab that back before we go on. Get it back out. Okay, here we go. And I have two of these available. And you'll notice they have a whole bunch of different places to tie things onto. And it's 20 inches. 20 inches. And it's by, I don't know if y'all can see here, Flora Craft. I don't know what that means, but that is the most polite, delicate little arrows I've ever seen, Lady Braven. Those are cute without being scary. Wait, okay, all right. Melissa, hold on, hold on. All those exclamation points, you're going to give me a heart attack. Oh my. Okay, so the question, Miss Kitty, is one or both. And hi, Mr. Terry, if you're watching. If anybody else has a husband you want me to say hi to, or kids, or pets, I'm always glad to say hi to anybody. Okay, Kitty's going to go for both. Here's the other one. All right, let me get these into the hanger. Okay, next. Oh, welcome to my world, Lisa95. Well, if you need a way to keep cool, these are going to be $3 starting bid, and these are called a freeze tumbler. And the reason they're called a freeze tumbler is they're a double wall, and in between the double wall is this substance that looks kind of like ice. But when you put it in the freezer, it freezes. So when you pour your beverages in, I didn't screw this on right. There we go. So when you pour your beverages in, it's like it's sitting in a cup of ice. These are fantastic. So the yellow one says, fun in the sun. And of course comes with the straws. The second one says, hello, sweet summer, and has a pretty little pineapple on it. $3 for choice. But if you're saying, hey, I'm not going to actually put the cup in the freezer and bother to freeze it, I just need something that's taller. Well, for those of you who like flamingos, you've got a flamingo on each side. This one is like holographic as well. So it's not a freezy, but it is super tall. And the last one that is super tall and kind of holographic is this one with the lemons on it. Great for those of y'all who love lemonade. Oh, Lisa works professionally in a kitchen, and that's why she was saying it was so hot in the kitchen that she works for. And that she's glad she's done working till Monday. And if I recall, Lisa gets stuck having to make all of the specialty orders of pizza for the grocery that she works for on weekends. So she suddenly becomes a pizza maker. Let me get out my ruler so y'all can see how big these cups are. And I'm telling you, $3 is a great buy. So the ones that are freezer tumblers are 6.5. These over here that are super tall are 8 inches. Anybody for a brand new cup with a straw for $3? I call these emotional support cups because people always carry them around as like a fashion accessory. Even if they're empty, they're still carrying them around because you don't want to just leave them someplace. And in a pinch, you can fill these up in a um, water fountain, or if you like to live with a smaller footprint, you can go into a convenience store and say, "Oh, I'll pass on the paper cup. Can I just refill my tumbler?" And most of the time, they will let you do that and even give you a discount for it. Kitty's in for three. Anybody for 310? Looking for 310. Otherwise, we're going to count it down. Oh, Lisa says she made salads. She waited on customers. Oh, Lisa hates waiting on customers. And learning how to make their custom dressings. And of course, the pizzas. I heard for years about Lisa and the pizzas. And all the people who've started shopping since Lisa had discontinued co-hosting have no idea who Lisa is or what she does, but she had so many great foodie stories. I loved her foodie stories when she used to co-host. And I'm still looking for a new co-host. If anybody wants to click the link and help me out tonight, you'll let me know when I drop the link. It's so funny that we have both Lisa and Laurie in the chat, two of my co-hosts. Okay, Kitty's going to go for the freezer. Now make sure you put this whole thing in the freezer now, okay? And then you pour your drink into it. You'll be surprised how amazingly well this chills. Although, I mean, you could use it regularly, but why not use it for the technology it has? All right, anybody else? So we have the fabulous flamingo, which is a flamingo on both sides, the lemon, and the fun in the sun. Wouldn't fun in the sun be great for the beach, for sitting in the stands of those kitty soccer, baseball, t-ball matches, and so forth? Oh, can't wait. If anybody's not following Lisa, she does both long videos and cute little short videos with family fun. All right, let's clear this away. The next item is also going to be $3. And it is a 2-pack of McCormick brand storage containers. And they are big. Um, if you eat a really, really, really big lunch, then you might could use them for lunch. To me, this is just too big for lunch. It's more for leftovers. But each one of these holds 3 cups. And it's a 2-pack. But let's get down to the real information about microwave, dishwasher, and freezer, because that's what y'all want to know. So, microwave safe, yes. Freezer safe, yes. Dishwasher safe. Now, they do suggest you remove the lid before you throw it in the microwave. And they do suggest that you put it in the top rack of the dishwasher. So, a 2-pack each holds 3 cups. So, these are nice and big. Looking for $3 for the 2-pack, name brand McCormick. I almost started to wait and save these for snack day, but I didn't know if I could sell things to put snacks in during a snack sale. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think it would be wrong to every now and then have something that would hold a snack during a snack sale, or you think it needs to be just food? I'd love some opinions. course, I'd also love some bits. Anybody for $3 for this 2-pack? And then we'll move on to something else. Oh, but I see it is the top of the hour. So we need to move on to some $1 items after this. Oh, Lisa says, even though Lisa is all about the snacks, and she's like, snacks, snacks, all about the snacks. Even Miss I Love Snacks says, you could sell both. Okay, well, I might bring out some kind of plate or tray or cookbook or something then with the snacks. Okay, well, y'all make sure and tune in at 3 p.m. tomorrow for my second snack sale, coloring books. Do you want to see coloring books tonight? Okay, I'm going to pass on this. Let me get out some dollar items. Now look back in the chat to see if Lisa said yes for coloring books, because they're in the same room. I just have to walk to the other side. All right, let's do some pens. How about some pens? Okay, so Belle's Bargain Bonanza, $1 starting bid for choice. Okay, after this dollar round, I will grab some coloring books from Lisa. I will do that. All right, here is the first one. Look at this little smiley face. Oh. All right, this is going to be the first one. Oops, let me get the smile towards the camera. Okay, next I have this cat sitting on top of the smiling pumpkin. And look how the little ear of the cat is black. Okay, that's the next one. Here's a little bear sitting on top of the pumpkin, and the little bear has a little pumpkin over its ear. Here is a pumpkin with a little purple bag sitting on top of it. Okay, alert, alert. This one is scary, scary. Horror alert. So if you pick this one, we're just going to call this one scary. Now, I don't have a lot of multiples of these. So if you're interested, I want to warn you so that y'all don't get upset when I run out and you're like, you didn't tell me you only had a few. So I'm telling you now, I only have a few. I guess I could put some non-odd ones out just to fill up the board. So here's a cute little pen. It kind of looks like a tool. Here's another cute little pen that kind of looks like a tool. Here is a pen that looks like a blooming cactus. Here's a red chili pepper pen, a yellow chili pepper pen, and a green chili pepper pen. That's hard to say, chili pepper pen. Here is a silver star pen. So there's a few other choices in case there's some people that just don't like the fall genre, but do like the fancy pens. All right, so keys out. Melissa's at $1.10. Anybody want to bid it up to $1.20? If not, we're going to count it down and start picking then. Kind of surprised Lori didn't get in on this, but she may not be still be watching. She may be busy. So I don't think I've seen her in the chat in a little while. Oh, and I was going to show her socks. Okay, while Melissa's counting this down, I'm going to sprint across the room to get the coloring books. So go ahead and count this down and figure out what everybody wants. Okay, back with the coloring books to show everybody after the dollar round. I love when y'all request things. And for those of y'all that saw Moolywood, you saw how popular the mystery package of adult coloring was. Oh, Laria's still here. Okay, y'all make sure and always indicate quantities, pretty please. Okay, let's see. Melissa's going to take Scary, Cat on a Pumpkin, and Bat on a Pumpkin. Let me see if I have more of those. Okay, here's Scary, Bat on a Pumpkin, and here's my only cat on the pumpkin. So good thing you got in first, because otherwise you would have missed the cat. Okay, so we are sold to Melissa. And then let's see. Did you want just one of each, Melissa, or did you want some multiples? I guess if she wanted multiples and she's read in the chat, she would have told me, but I never want to assume. Okay, let's see. Kitty wants a pumpkin sea blue. A pumpkin sea blue? Do you mean this blue one? The blue tulle? And the orange bat. Okay, pumpkin sea blue and the orange bat. Okay, so I'm thinking that Kitty wants these three. Are these the three you want? The pumpkin, the blue tulle, and the bat? Let me make sure. Okay, these three for Kitty. Excellent. All right, anybody else? Okay, anybody else? Well, these are so popular, I might have to look for some other types of these pens. All right, last call before I scrape them to the sun. Bear on a pumpkin and scary. Okay. I think I have one more. Aha, here it is. Here it is. Okay. All right. Here is the bear and scary. Bear and scary. Question from Ketty. How many pumpkins do you have? Um, no pumpkin, blue tool, and the one next to it. Wait, what? Let me read this slower and see if I can figure it out. Okay. How many pumpkins do you have? I'm going to guess that's one question. And then, no, pumpkin blue. No, wait. How many pumpkins do you have? No pumpkin, blue tool, and the one next to it. Okay, so I had the wrong ones. Oops, oops, oops. All right, I'm so sorry. All right, before I put these down, let me make sure these are the right ones for Lady Braven. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, I think these are the two that Lady Braven wanted. All right, so do I need to, let me see if I can fish those out of the hamper. All right, I apparently did the wrong ones. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let's see if I can correct this. This is yet another reason I need a co-host to help me. Okay. All right, let me get out the ones that I thought were for. Okay. So these have already been picked and these have already been picked. Okay. So I think this was Kitty's pile. So let me see what was wrong in here. So it was no pumpkin. Okay. So she doesn't want this pumpkin. Wait. The first line says, how many pumpkins do you have? But then she says, no pumpkin, blue tool, and the one next to it. All right, let me scroll down to see if she wrote more information. Hi, Quaymar's Cooking Show. No bat, both tools. No bat, both tools. Hi, Daria. Okay, so both of these are wrong. Is that correct? So instead, what you want is this one and the red one. Let me see. Okay, so instead, you just want these two. Is that correct? No bats, no pumpkins, just these two? Yes, the pumpkin, no bat. Okay, so then you want just the smiling pumpkin and these two. Is that correct? I'm trying, y'all. I think it's, so you're now wanting these three? I want to make sure, and then I can count up the number of um, pumpkins. If this is the right pumpkin, I want to make sure I'm counting right pumpkins um, before I start counting, since everybody's waiting. Both tools and how many pumpkins. Okay. Let me get the bat out of the way. All right, let's see. How many pumpkins? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I must have ordered a dozen of the pumpkin because I thought it was the cute one. And I think I ordered a dozen of all the others together, but one whole set of just a dozen pumpkins. So I think that's what I have. See all my pumpkins here. Whereas you can see I just have a few of these. Okay, so how many pumpkins would you like then? So right now I have one for you and these two tools. Welcome, welcome, Doria. I'm so glad you're here. Everybody make sure and welcome Doria. Okay, did we finally get what Kitty wanted? If so, I'm going to put these three in the little package to keep them together until I pack. Okay, and she wants 8 additional pumpkins. No, she wants 6 additional pumpkins. Okay. So it's these 3 and then 6 more. All right, let me grab 6 more. And anybody else in chat, y'all let me know if you'd like to add some on. Okay, there's 6 more. I don't think it's a total of 7. I think it's these 3 plus 6. So that would be a total of 9. Let's check with Kitty. I think it's these 3 plus 6 for a total of 9. And then we'll see if anybody else wants any of these cute pens. And then we had a request from Lisa for adult coloring books. So we'll show adult coloring books after this. So just trying to make sure so that our invoice is correct, that it's these 3 plus 6 more for a total of 9. Okay, and then Laurie says that she's going to take 1 star. I have a bunch of stars. Okay, here's a star. And she's going to take a red chili pepper. All right, here's the red chili pepper. And she is going to take the plain pumpkin, which I hate calling this one with a pretty little smile a plain pumpkin because I really think it's pretty and smiling and sweet, but we can keep calling it the plain pumpkin, but I really don't think that it's blank. Okay, but here it is. All right, anybody else? Okay, last call on these. Okay, let's see. Alice is going to take 2 stars and a cactus. All right, good thing I didn't put those away yet. All right, here's 2 stars and the cactus. Excellent. All right, thank you, Miss Alice. Anybody else? All right, last call on these pretty pens. Okay, well, I'll have to show you some more pens later in the show or order some more pens of different types for our fall season. As they're all falling down to get to be with y'all. Okay, next let's look at the adult coloring books. Hopefully Lisa is still here since she requested those. Okay, here's the first one. It is called Coloring in 3D.